Hi friends, welcome to Agápé Studios, behind the scenes here in my little sacred space, my cave of Brahma, where my creation begins. So today I'm just working on a piece that I'm getting ready to for a new home. This piece is called Gaia Tree of Life. And so one thing I like to know about art that I look at is talking to the artist and what that represents to them. And so, well, I guess that's what I'm going to do while I work on my piece, getting it ready to go out. I'm in my sanding stage right now. So I use some little tiny files, sandpaper, and very delicately, you know, make sure all my pencil lines are removed and things like that. So what this piece represents to me and is the eternal part of ourself, the one that animates the human body, your vessel, your holy temple, if you will. And so this piece to me represents our um, limitless possibilities. And for me, it's the many lifetimes that we have as a soul experiencing things, such as now I am a soul having a human experience as Lee, the Lee Manzer experiment. So this represents um, countless times and the representation of the leaf as an incarnation of the cycle of life and death, the natural cycle and the illusion of death. And so that's what the leaves represent to me, is just your the limitless aspects of yourself, your incarnations. And this isn't our first time here on Earth in a physical form. So it is the connectedness to Mother Earth, Gaia, and your roots to her and connectedness. So she supports your corporeal form here, as she is a sphere of consciousness that allows us to have a human experience, but what it really is a holographic experience, an expression of your higher mind. And that's what this piece really represents to me, that the part of ourselves that we forgot about in this lifetime, the eternal part of ourselves. And that is connected to your breath, Brahma, prana, uh, vital life force energy, and that is what animates the body. And I like to use the analogy of a glove and your connection to spirit. So you don't put your hand in the glove and say that the hand no longer exists and becomes the glove. But just like when breath enters your body or spirit, your consciousness, it does not become the body, but is the one that animates it from within, just like the hand to the glove. And so when I started seeing my outer experience as the mirror that it is, always reflecting back to me that which I need to see within myself and to resolve, especially when there's judgment held around anything that I'm perceiving outside of myself, because as a soul, I chose to experience every theme that I've experienced here. Every moment was meant for me. Every moment was meant for you. And so when I started to see that reflection back at me, that I was only looking at another version of myself, when I see the divine light in others, not the corporeal form or themes that that soul chose to express and experience for the forging of their soul, the evolution and growth and expansion of Earth School that we are in, Earth. And so I started finding it fascinating how quickly my outer experience could change when I made that shift within myself to see myself in all things, that there was no separation from me or anybody else, because it's just the movie that we're going through of life that our soul is experiencing. And physicality is not real, as the first law of hermetics is, the universe is mind. And that's exactly what this is. We are in a dream state for the very purpose of becoming the best version of ourselves. And when we choose to find that balance, that reflection, the knowingness that we're connected to all things and each other in a way that we forgot about, because judgment and duality is what we came here to experience in Earth School. And when we can resolve that duality within ourselves and step into the heart where there is no judgment, but rather there's acceptance and diversity, there's beauty in each and every one of us. And when we are not judging one another, it's easier to create something that's even more beautiful when we love one another, when we listen to one another. We don't have to agree with one another, but we don't have to judge one another. And so when we step into that light, that knowingness, we then reconnect to the highest version of ourselves, and we embody that light and that love. And then we become the bridge between that spiritual world and the physical world, and we become the conduit that calls in a new vibration, a new frequency that will change our collective outer experience when we step into the heart, when we stop judging one another, when we start loving ourselves and getting to know who we are as an individual. Then we can make the shift, and we will see everything around us in that love and that reflection. And the universe and Mother Earth has no choice but to reflect that back to you in that mirror image. So when you wake up in the morning, picture your eternal part of yourself, your soul, putting on the VR headset that is your vessel, your body, through your eyes. And then you step into this physical realm, this dream state of a lowest density, the densest version of yourself, this expression, the vessel that you chose before you came into this experience. When you start seeing this and knowing this about yourself, the outer world shifts with you, just like the VR headset, and it is all about what you believe to be true about yourself. And if you find yourself not worthy of such love, it must come from you, because you can't, the frown in the reflection of the mirror when you step up to it will not change. And you can't say, I'm not gonna smile until you smile first. It doesn't work like that. As a mirror, you must smile first from within. And the universe will have no choice but to unconditionally support that back to you and reflect that. So when we're vibing low on a fear-based frequency, whatever that might be, it has no choice but to reflect that back to you. When you're vibing high, following your passions, your excitements, acting on that, that is echoing to your higher mind that I'm paying attention. Let's go. Show me more. It will come. It does. It has no choice. So this is something of what I think of when I'm working on this piece in particularly, and the knowingness that I'm connected to each and every one of these parallel versions of myself that my soul has experienced, is experiencing, as everything is all unfolding in the now moment in many dimensional frequencies, vibrational frequencies, like a TV station that you can tune to. When we start to recognize the power and magnificence that we actually are as eternal souls, having this collective human experience and individual. So I hope that this sheds a little light on what this piece and the energy and the healing that comes with infused into these pieces. you know, you feel it when you get a piece from Agápé Studios. The vibe is high. And I write notes down here everywhere around my studio as reminders. And I ask myself, why did I start Agápé Studios? And the answers that came out was, I am all that I need. I am that I am. And that's exactly what you should ponder on, because the universe has no choice but to reflect back to you what you are putting out. What you put out is what you get back. Namaste, friends. Have a great day.